What's happening, people? I'm DJ Grace, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to make an old school rave tune using a breakbeat. So let's get started. So, new Ableton Live project. As you can see, it's the standard 2 audio tracks, 2 MIDI tracks, and the tempo is 120. Well, we're not going to go that slow, but quite a bit slower than normal because I thought that today's tune could be 130 BPM. So let's go through some classic jungle breaks, and obviously I'm going to be playing them a little bit slower. Actually, the one that I thought I'd use is the funky drummer break, so I'll just bring that one in and I'll just press Command and L to loop it, and this is what the funky drummer break sounds like. So that's at 130 BPM. Now, it's currently on the complex algorithm, but I'm just going to put it to repitch. And that, instead of time stretching it, it just makes it faster so that it fits in with the project tempo of 130 BPM. Now, I've obviously featured breakbeats a lot on this channel before, and sometimes I decide to warp certain hits to the grid. So if you look at this breakbeat down at the bottom, you've got these warp markers, and you can see that certain hits are not really on the grid. For example, this first snare is supposed to be on that 1.2, and look, it's really late. But what I wanted to show you today is basically what we're going to do is we're going to preserve the swing of the break, and we're going to go along with it. And everything I put in here is going to be put in such a way that it lines up with these hits. So first thing I'm going to do is get an additional kick. So I'm just going to go into the samples and kick 17. So I'm just going to bring that in, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in on the break, and I'm going to try and line things up with this break. So that's the first kick, and then there's another kick there. So I'm just going to click it and hold down Alt and just drag it over like this. Just try and line it up a bit. There's one more kick over here. If you love watching these tutorials but you're kind of struggling to understand some of the terminology, I recommend checking out my course, Ableton Live Core Foundations. In this course, I take you from very beginner level all the way up to expert and explain how everything works in Ableton Live. So next time you watch one of these tutorials, you'll understand everything I'm saying. So if you want to check it out, the link is in the description. You might remember, for the guys who've been watching this channel for a while, I used to use these Jekyll and Hyde samples quite a lot in my earlier tutorials. And I know that there's snares in here which are pretty hard hitting. This one, for example. When I'm making liquid and stuff, perhaps this snare is a bit much, but for a tune like this, we might want an absolute slapper of a snare. And then I'm just going to drag and hold down Alt so it copies it. So in this Jekyll and Hyde sample pack, there is also some really nice hi-hats. What I'm going to do with these hi-hats is I'm going to start off with them on the grid, and then I'm going to show you the difference. So what I'll do is I'll just highlight both of those hats and duplicate a load of times. So now we've got this pattern going on. But I'm going to go back to my technique of using the funky drummer as my swing guide. So what I'll do is I'll just drag this channel down a couple so it's closer to the hats, and that's going to help me line up the hats. So every single one of these is going to start exactly where the corresponding hit of the funky drummer is. Anyway, this is what the hats sound like once I've moved them all. And let's play it with the break. Right, let's drag up these sliders. I don't know if you knew this, but you can drag your mixer really tall, and in Ableton Live 12, you can drag it even taller than you could before. So let's get the EQ8, put that on the funky drummer break, and just take out a load of the low end. So all of these are drums, so I'm just going to click the first one, hold down Shift, click the last one, Command and G, group it together and call it drums. It basically still just sounds like the funky drummer break, but it's just got a bit more bottom end in the kick and a bit more top end in those hats and stuff. So it's kind of a bit more of a full spectrum one. If you've been watching this channel for a while, you will have seen a video that I did last year where I showed you where the Reese bass came from and how to make yourself a Reese bass in the Wavetable synth. But did you know that Ableton Live comes with several Reese presets? And one of them's this Reese Classic, so I'll just drag that in. And as you can see, you've just got these 8 macros, but if you press this button here, it will reveal that this is actually a wavetable. So let's play a note. Alright, so you can see it's the wavetable synth, and it's making a classic Reese bass. You've got a filter there that you can turn down. I'm just going to double the drums, so I'll just highlight everything and press Command and D. So what I've done is I've recorded 3 notes of the Reese bass. You can see that when it comes to the second and third notes, then they are off the grid already. Maybe the first one should follow suit and be a bit more off the grid, because don't forget, everything's going along with that funky drummer break, which is, you know, everything's kind of happening late. I'm just going to duplicate the whole thing and then just alter the bass line a bit on the second time around. So I've highlighted this whole section here and then just press Command and D. That just duplicates the whole lot, and then you can put the loop marker around it like that. Now we've got 4 bars. Now you can click the 2 clips for the bass line and press Command and J or Control and J, and that's going to join them together. Alright, and then I just thought maybe this last note could go. Right, let's get the spectrum and just make sure that this is hitting where I want it to be. So the spectrum, for the guys that don't know, it's a spectrum analyzer, but the device is just called Spectrum, and it looks like this. So let me just quickly solo the bass, and then we'll have a look and we'll have a listen. So you can see that the lowest notes, which are, you know, the lowest frequencies, which are the fundamental frequencies, are ranging between 43 and 78. So I'm happy with that. Back in the early 90s, before you could download your samples from the internet, people used to buy sample CDs, and one infamous series of CDs that people used a lot in breakbeat hardcore was these 0G data files. So let's go through these and have a listen for a synth sound that I can add to our track. And if you listen to some of the samples in the 0G data files, before long you're going to hear something and be like, I've heard that before, and you'll recognize it from some 90s jungle tune or something. For example, this must have been used in about 10 million rave tracks, etc. So it's tried and tested. So what I've just done is I press Shift, Command and T. On Windows that'll be Shift, Control and T, and that creates a new MIDI track. And then all you have to do is double click a sample in your browser, and it instantly puts it into a sampler on that MIDI track, ready for you to play with your MIDI keyboard. Right, let's go. Let's have a look then. Alright, so what we've actually got is a 4-bar loop, but my Rave synth is only going for 2 bars. So what I'm going to do is duplicate it, and then on the first one I'm actually going to make it just sort of follow the bass with this last bit. Just click the first one, hold down Shift, click the second one, Command and J joins it all together. And before I go any further, I want to set up a reverb on Send A. Now, for the people who have Ableton Suite, you will have another reverb. So you've got the standard one, but then you've also got this other one, which is called the hybrid reverb. I'm going to choose a hall, choose this long synth hall. I'm going to put it on dry and wet 100%. Decay, I'm going to put it to 2 seconds. And then in this EQ section, I'm going to EQ out a load of the low end. Now when I send my ravey synth to it, now listen to it dry. Now listen to it with this on. If you like the sound of this tune and you want to be able to download the project folder, it's available on my Patreon. That's patreon.com/Grace, and you can find the link in the description. If you've seen my channel and some of my tutorials before, you'll have seen this next thing, and it's an instrument called Chord Pacific Pad. And this is super powerful because if you look down here, you've got all these different types of chords: major, minor, major seventh, minor seventh. So if you just press one note, by default it's on a major seventh, but if I just press major, that's playing a major chord. If we press minor seventh, you know, so you get a lovely sounding chord pad and you can just change the chord. So I'm just going to put this on a minor, and I'm basically just going to do 3 notes with this. Let's go back to those 0G data files and see if we can hear some nice sound effects. Maybe I'll use it, maybe I won't. The 0G data files contain a lot of different types of samples, including loads of vocals. So let's go through one of these vocals folders and find something to throw into this track. If you think about it, this was kind of like the original Splice, you know? Producers would just go to these files and make their own thing with it, and everyone was kind of working with the same loops and samples, but making different things with them. So that's like a classic James Brown thing.
Give me some.
So we could use these. What I want to do is pitch it up a little bit.
Give me some. Give me some.
And where was the
Show them. Let me eat. Let me eat. Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to chuck that one in before it as well. Turn it down a bit. In fact, I'll pitch it up by 2 as well.
Give me some.
So, I'm happy with that. Maybe I'll just do a little bit of processing on the vocal actually. So, let me get some EQ, take out the low end. Can't have James's booming voice in there. Let's send it to that room reverb, which may or may not be way too long of a decay. Perhaps I'll put a saturator on it. Another thing that producers love to add to these old school rave tracks is a bit of a cheesy rave piano. And I'm going to be using this one, which is a 1-note grand piano. That means it's literally just one sample of a piano, and then you can put it into the simpler and play it at all different pitches, which really gives it that kind of cheesy fake piano sound that was so popular in the early 90s. Now that we've got our drums, bass, instruments and vocals sorted, it's time to put together the arrangement. Now this is going to take me a couple of hours and I don't have time to put it all in this video, so I'm just going to blast through it, and without further ado, here is the finished breakbeat hardcore tune. Don't forget you can download the project folder for this tune on my Patreon, and if you really want to learn the ins and outs of Ableton Live and how it all works, check out my course, Ableton Live Core Foundations. And if you want to learn how to make liquid drum and bass, check out this tutorial here, and if you want to learn how to make jungle, check out that one. I'm DJ Grace, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.